Hello, Matt.
Hi there.
What are you doing?
I'm chilling, drinking Red Bull, hanging out, watching the cat, listening to some music.
Listening to some music. I have a headache.
That's no bueno.
Not like a bad one, but I can feel it in like that kind of spaciness.
Is it like a I need to sleep headache? Is
No.
it like I ingested something that...
No, it's more like I think it had to do with the way I was sitting in that chair and cranking my head in a different direction and trying to watch all the notes go by. It was just kind of...
like a tension.
Yeah, a little bit of a tension headache. It'll go away. I'll be all right. Anyway, what are we doing?
This is the Gamers 2 podcast for August 23rd.
2019.
Yes, it is.
Indeed.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
Well, as per the usual, this is supposed to be a gaming and news and nerd type podcast, and it will be at some point. But first, I will ask you what you've been doing in the last 7 days.
7 days.
7.
So after last week, there was the crazy episode of Demon Slayer.
Okay,
I don't know if that was last week, I think.
you talked about it. I might
Was
have
it last week?
I might have blacked out on you saying it was crazy or not.
Well, I don't know I think it was last week.
All right then. You let me know when you figure it out.
Something like that. There was a crazy episode of Demon Slayer. It was all over the internet. I watched it. I watched it a week late, actually.
Yeah, because I think you said it was disappointing. I don't remember.
It was a work of art, is what I said.
Yeah. It was the opposite
This week,
of what I thought you said.
exactly. This week, well, it was this wonderful work up to this moment of where like something clicks. The main character has this epiphany, revelation, does all this crazy shit, all this beautiful artwork, animation, and you're like, wow, that was crazy. And he defeated the powerful thing. And then this episode, the most recent episode, starts with that basically him what you thought was the case was not the case. The classic anime trope of
the M. Night Shyamalan move.
Yeah, the classic anime trope of he did not in fact defeat the powerful being, and another character like his mentor of sorts shows up and just makes it look like fucking easy peasy.
You only defeated my left leg.
Yeah, exactly.
Loser.
Something similar to that.
I have 7 other Horcruxes.
And then
Harry Potter's a dumb anime. I said it.
The mentor-esque character shows up and just like doop done, and it's like what the fuck, that classic thing. And then normally
there's nothing more powerful than him. Something more powerful than him shows up, and it's just the Gru meme.
Mm-hmm.
Defeat most powerful thing in universe. Most powerful thing is defeated. Now I am most powerful thing, or I am now most powerful thing. Most powerful thing's mentor shows up. But what?
So now the normal structure of the anime is you get a couple episodes or an episode of the main character training or becoming stronger in some way.
Yes, the good old Dragon Ball Z trope.
Yes, and now everyone's waiting to see if they follow that same format because this anime has been a little bit different. So that's where we're at on there. I started watching another Gundam show, one I haven't watched. A recent one called Iron-Blooded Orphans. I watched 2 episodes.
You know what? If you had told me it wasn't a Gundam show and just told me the title, I might have been all in. If it was just Iron-Blooded Orphans and the name was as literal as it should sound, I might definitely be down.
So I was hesitant. This anime has been out for a couple of years, and I haven't watched it. It's one of the only Gundam animes I've never watched. And the other ones I haven't watched because...
Were you avoiding it?
Sort of.
Okay.
The other animes that I haven't watched from Gundam is simply because they're difficult to find. This one, I've avoided it because I thought initially, I was like, this kind of looks... I thought it looked stupid because it didn't follow the normal archetype.
Yes, the normal Gundam lore.
Yeah, the normal Gundam archetype. So I've watched like 2 episodes. I'm taking it slow, and it's definitely interesting. I'm gonna see it through. It's a little bit more hardcore than a normal Gundam a little bit darker, it seems like, which is good.
More Iron Blood.
Yeah, iron-blooded orphans.
Tell me, tell me that.
No, it's not like that.
That would have been the greatest intro to a Gundam anime. It's just at the end of all this montage for the opening sequence, you just hear iron-blooded orphans.
Oh yeah, that'd be so fucking terrible.
Sweet electric guitar riff. Oh my god, you'd get me to go watch a Gundam anime just for the 3-minute intro.
So terrible.
That would be amazing.
I've seen a couple snippets of Handmaiden, of the Handmaiden or whatever the fuck it's called.
Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, that one. Samantha's watching it.
I think The Handmaiden is a horror movie.
Maybe. Samantha's watching it and she's like tweaking out about it. And I've watched a couple scenes. I was like, this show's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Other than that, I've played several hours of No Man's Sky Beyond.
This is the part that I really need people to listen to. Matt's about to give you the stuff he played, not watched, played. He participated in things this week.
I did. I played. We played Wolfenstein as per usual.
Killing them Nazis.
Yep.
Killed the brother.
Yeah, that was good. I think we're getting to broken game territory, though.
We're slightly getting to the powerful stage because I've also purposely been avoiding the raids and leveling us up.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it will. No Man's Sky, which
we've also been in broken territory because my melee, like my
stealth combo is like a little broken.
Me throwing weapons is just one hitting almost any enemy.
And I didn't spec that route. So I'm curious if the way that I went is also broken and we're just slowly getting there.
Yeah, and I just do that. I'm going to run through and kill everything and then just sit in the corner. Just all right, level's dead.
It's my guy's like I did all the health and armor, so like she's kind of tanky.
You're tankier than me because I haven't finished it out yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So No Man's.
No Man's Sky. I played that for a couple hours. I got through the tutorial nonsense.
You get through all the tutorial?
I don't know. I threw my base down, but then I before I completed the base stuff, I just picked it right back up again because I was like, I don't want to stay here.
Right, that's what I did too. And then I still have missions to do.
Yeah,
like I have another mission thing I need to do. I haven't. The problem is, I think there's 3 planets in the system I'm in plus a space station, and I need a warp drive so fucking bad because all 3 of those planets suck. So I'm trying to see if I can't remember from playing it before if I keep doing the quest if a warp drive shows up.
I don't know because the only thing that like I don't have multiple things running concurrent. I have like one line of tutorial stuff.
I think I'm just a step further than you is all.
But
I'm still in my base. There's stuff in my base I have to do. Like I had to build the third thing, not the refinery, not the other thing, the third thing. They're like research thing.
Okay, so I did the refinery, and then I did the base computer.
Yep, there's a third
and then
one.
I just immediately picked up the base computer, and I was like, I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, I have those things all in my inventory, because I picked them up, too. I was like, I don't want to stay here either. But then I realized that I only had 3 planets in my solar system, and all 3 suck, so I went, fuck it. And I landed and I'm trying to get to getting a warp drive, so I can get the fuck out of there.
So, I don't know, is the warp drive part of the tutorial?
I don't remember. That's the problem. I don't remember because I think it was the first.
It was
time.
You had to repair it and then fuel it.
Yeah,
but
you
I feel
had to
like
get the warp cell or whatever.
Yeah, you have to build the warp cell.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they gate that off in the tutorial or because theoretically you should have everything you need to do it.
Right, but I know I don't, and I know I can't build it yet. So
it's got to be tutorial.
I need to push through the tutorial and just get it done because I just had part of my tutorial was like Go use your analyst visor to find a buried technology, and I was like, oh, fucking whatever, man.
See, I didn't hit that one yet.
Yeah, see, it's a little bit further down because you have to build that third thing, and then that tells you to go do research things.
See, I got distracted because I got to a planet that had a lot of the knowledge stones on it, so I was like running all over the place, being like, "I'll learn a word of Gek. I'll learn a word of Gek. I'll learn a word of Gek." You know what I mean? Like, that's my issue with this game. And then I fired up vanilla Minecraft. And that was a whole snafu in itself because I thought I had deleted it. And then I actually installed 2 instances
there you go.
Minecraft. Java edition, and then I was like, and the whole point of this was I wanted to do the ray tracing thing. So I did a little...
Yeah, because Minecraft's better with the ray tracing, the RTX on.
So I did a little Googling. Apparently, that's the Windows 10 version that's getting the ray tracing. So I had to go get the Windows 10 version, which...
Yeah, the HTML version, I believe.
Yep. So I downloaded that, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, oh, that update, that's not out yet. And I'm like, what a waste of fucking time. I'll just play Minecraft. So I played Java regular Minecraft, the vanilla current version. Loaded up a couple different worlds, fucking around, and then I started building shit, and I took on, as per usual, a way too ambitious project where I was like, I'm going to level out this whole mountain and turn it into a home. And so, like, I literally spent like 4 hours just fucking breaking down stone. So that's where we're at in vanilla. And then I was like, let's check out the mod situation. So that was like hours of research trying to get on par with like what the current best practices for mods are. And after trying out some shit, Forge is like Twitch now. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with the Curse Forge, whatever.
Yeah, no, Curse got bought by Twitch, and that's the Twitch app that I opened for. It's got WoW mods in it.
I was none of that made any sense to me, and I was not interested with dealing with the Twitch app. So I'm like, fuck that. I went over to this other thing, and I did. Long story short, I won't go on too long about this, but I downloaded the Feed the Beast Unlimited mod pack, and played that for a few hours, just fucking around. And basically, this week was me playing a couple different games. See, I went to install mods, and it kept loading Twitch up, which was fine, but then it didn't do anything, which was my issue.
We'd have to look at it.
Yeah. I just was experimenting to see what felt right, and, seeing if, like, a modded Minecraft or a vanilla Minecraft could be in the future plans for playing games. So, and that's what I did.
Did you see the snap I sent you of our good friend Bruce Green?
Yeah, I noticed that afterwards. I was like, that's kind of funny because he's been playing No Man's Sky, vanilla Minecraft.
Yep.
Yeah,
but he was playing a Pokemon modded server.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've seen that Pokemon mod before, but I was just like, the Pokemans.
Yeah. That's the issue with the mods, though. Like, you have to draw the line somewhere. It's like I want everything.
Yeah, we don't draw the line.
Yeah, that's
what if
I
took Pokemans to space?
Yeah, exactly. See, it's like you're like, oh, I want to play Pokemon. I'm like, that's cool, but what about space? And then it's like, oh, space, that's cool too, I guess. And then it's like,
but what if we had Pokemon in space and the worlds were collapsing?
Yeah, exactly.
And then what if I? What if I was Iron Man? Like, I don't know.
So that's been my week. Other than like the normal running around trying to figure out wedding stuff, which has been a disaster. But
I mean, if it was easy, everybody would do it, right?
I don't know. I just don't. Getting a marriage license, super easy. Although, did you know there's different birth certificates now?
I mean, I haven't gone about...
Do you have your birth certificate?
My original?
Yeah. No. Someone has it. Or is it gone forever?
I'm going to go with the second one.
Someone
Or it's in this house somewhere and I just never
It's probably in this house somewhere. So if you haven't seen it in the past 10 years...
Well, all right, I've seen it since then, but...
Okay. Is it about yay big and yellow?
No.
Is it this long?
No.
What's it look like?
Mine was probably about yay big.
Okay.
And I think blue.
All right. So yours, I'm fairly certain. All right. Long story short, the original birth certificate that you probably have technically is not the correct birth certificate anymore.
Well, maybe not anymore, but I don't
know. No, like you're supposed to get an updated one that's like an actual. I can't remember what she called it, but she referred to it as a post 9, like a post 9/11 birth certificate.
Yeah, maybe I should just go get born again.
That's what I was like. She was like, "Oh, we're not supposed to accept these anymore. You're supposed to have a different birth certificate." I'm like, "We got our passports with these birth certificates."
Yeah, I have my passport with a different, with my stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, she's like, she's like, it's fine, I'll take it anyways. So like, we literally got our marriage license in like 5 minutes, and like it was like 10, 15 minutes, and we paid $40. And I was like, this seems too easy for some reason. But I guess at the same time, the concept of I have to ask permission to get married is like kind of bullshit.
Well, we can get into that entire discussion, but we can go back to a separation of church and state just to start there.
Yeah, I've taken too much time. What have you been doing?
Playing the Pokemon Go's. Pokemon Go has started its water event, so there's new special research for Jirachi and water Pokemon. That's the thing. Black Desert Online. I went back. I don't remember if this was after last week or if this was actually before we recorded last week, and kind of sat down with it for a bit and was like, "What am I doing? What do I want to do?" So I spent like $100 million in in-game currency, just kind of like buying some gear and doing some stuff, and I was like, okay. And then some coming to Jesus moments with Todd of like, I really don't give a fuck about this game. What should I do? Yada yada. All right, cool. Let's just sell all of this shit, and we'll figure out something to do. Maybe I'll just fish while I'm doing other like non-resource demanding games, and then when you want me to come kill sea monsters with you, I'll get on. But like, I don't give a shit otherwise.
You guys are at the point now where WoW Classic's coming out very shortly.
Yeah, next week.
So
I'm not really gonna give a shit.
Yeah, that's why it's like
that. What will literally happen is, I know I can preload it now, but I haven't. But in the 2 days before WoW Classic comes out, I will delete BDO probably and just install WoW.
Don't worry, we have a WoW Classic story.
Can't wait. What else about it? I've been playing the show. That's always the usual. I've already talked about that. Don't need to talk about it anymore. Other than the fact that I can't hit a fucking home run with Bill Williams. Played Wolfenstein. We already talked about that. Played a little bit more Fire Emblem. That's just more anime things. In playing a return to a classic, Matthew. Football Manager 19.
Oh, Jesus.
Kenny has gotten his computer, and therefore the managerial race is back on for the winner of the Premiership in England.
Is this a new save, or did you continue the previous?
We are continuing our previous save. I am currently tied in first place because I'm a game ahead, the way the schedule's worked out. So I'm technically, I think I will end up in second at the moment of the way our league is. We're in the second half. The transfer windows have happened. I've offloaded the salary I didn't want to pay people anymore, even though they were good players. I got in some new players. I'm feeling good. I'm liking my team. Got some stuff to do I got to do in the summer with just like, I got 3 people that I can, take it or leave it. Whether or not they stay on the team doesn't hurt me. If they stay, I don't care if they leave. So we'll see about what happens there. But, it's been a fun time getting back into it. Walking that touch line on the pitch there and cajoling my teammates and, well, not teammates, I guess they're my players into victories. And every now and then, sometimes you got to kick down a door like Stone Cold, crack some beers, and storm into the locker room whipping chairs because you're really angry that they didn't score in the first half against a shit team. That's basically what Kenny and I have admitted my managerial style to be. If we don't score at halftime against a team I think we should have, I just go with, like, there's dialogue options for, like, dressing room speeches and stuff, and I just go with aggressive and tell them I fucking want to see better, basically. And you get, like, 2 completely two-faced missions or, like, conversations with me where I'll walk in, this is fucking abysmal. It's just how I picture it. And if you ever see Stone Cold, like, walking to the ring or anything, or even, like, even kind of an Ed McMahon where he's just got that real just uppity walk and starts just cracking beers and throwing shit everywhere, that's me when I'm angry. And at the same time, it's the, like, Ed McMahon walk that when he's arrogantly cocky, he knows he's right once I've won, and I'm just like, oh yeah, let's go. Just talking shit. I love it.
All right. We're putting WWE 2K19 and Football Manager.
I need the aggressive references for personalities to make sense. The beginning of the match, I like to picture myself that when we walk out on the pitch, I come running out like Ultimate Warrior. And I'm just in a full sprint to my bench, and then I just wave my arms in the air a bunch to the crowd, and we go back about the game.
Realistically, is there any manager who acts this way?
That aggressively in all three phases of his job? No.
I'm assuming that they're all just like, suit and tie on the pacing up and down the sideline.
Yeah, and then like the halftime talks you don't see, or the post-game talks you also don't see. Mm-hmm. But in the dressing room, yes, there are certain managers that are harder on players than others. But I don't think in this day and age you have anybody walking in, whipping garbage cans and throwing chairs around. But that's exactly what I would be doing. And I want so badly just to sprint Ultimate Warrior entrance. If you've seen it, you know. You take a sprint right for the sideline and you're just fists in the air pumping because there's no rope to grab to do the actual thing. So you just pump your fist in the air and everybody agrees, and then you just immediately go calm and go about your day.
All right, well, there you go. There you have it.
That's how I manage a football club in 2019.
Hire this guy.
Or 2020, I guess. Because technically that's the season we're in.
Oh, yeah.
Or, sorry, we're technically in season 2019/2020 because it carries through the year. But technically we're into year 3 of our season because we lost our save at that one point. So it's been a fun time. Been a good time.
Yeah.
I'm here for a long time. That's what I told them at the press conference when they hired me. I'm here for a long time, not a fun time. Be ready. This is going to be rough.
Wow. This is intense. Football manager, man.
Every now and then I'll
get you hyped.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get like if I'm playing in a final, I'll go get a dress shirt on with a tie and pace and pace up and down in my office just staring at the computer screen. And then when I'm like, I need to make a sub, I just kind of like pause the game real quick, lean in, make the sub, and then go back to pacing and like, all right. I don't really do that, but I like the idea.
That'd be really funny if it was game day and you guys were like, all right.
I've wanted to make videos like that. Because you can put the match on full match and just watch the full match. So I would just do that, kick up the speed a little bit, and then just green screen the match on like behind me or something, and just me pacing up and down, like have the match on one thing, and then whenever the camera I want to cut to me, it just shows me like green screen in front of a crowd for a different manager, and I'm just like, fucking go there, out there, no, not you, this thing. This is what I want you, not this. This.
Did you get the throwing the chair in there too in the locker room?
So, yeah, I would do the good old, like when Doc cuts to him being in his bedroom or something, I would just cut to a locker room, and you just see me just take like this chair and just cascade it across the room real quick. Like you wouldn't see the chair in the first shot. All you see would just go across the small window of the green screen, and I'd just be like, all right, that's enough for the joke. Moving on.
Someone will watch it.
I would eventually do the my former manager Jose Marino did, and he took the water bottles that are in like their little caddy, and he was upset about something, and he took them and double overhand slammed them into the ground. I'd probably do that at some point just for the memes, or do the Louis Van Gaal. If you can't tell, I'm a Manchester United fan. But when Louis Van Gaal was there, he was complaining that a simulation call happened where somebody got just kind of close to somebody and fell over. So he walked up to the fourth official that's on the side that usually has like the scoreboard or the number changing board for substitutions and extra time and stuff. And he walked up to him, he's yelling at him, and the guy takes like one step and he just falls immediately down. And he's just like, that's what that's like. Why isn't that He's just going on, and it was a good time.
Jesus.
Yeah, I can make a lot of stuff out of it. I just don't have the ability. Or the drive? I don't know.
Maybe. Discipline? Maybe.
Both.
Yeah.
But Matt, while I'm debating never making Football Manager videos like that, you want to know what else I could do to distract myself in the meantime?
Play new releases.
That's right. Starting with number 1, Super Hot made its way to Switch. Not a new release, but Super Hot's a good game, so it's getting called out. Rad came out for PlayStation, PC, Switch, and Xbox. I did play the beta, and I did enjoy it. I also have talked about that from the PAX Extravaganza episode, where it looked pretty cool. Number 3, Remnant from the Ashes for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It's totally not Dark Souls. Number 4, Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution for the Switch. You activated my trap card. Kaiba.
I don't understand this show.
Not when I summon Dark Magician!
There's like certain anime that I just don't like.
Dude, I so wish you would just watch season 1 and just accept it for its terrible greatness. Don't watch anything after that. And I also won't play this game because it still doesn't look that good to me. I want a different Yu-Gi-Oh game. I want a Yu-Gi-Oh game that at least can look as good as Pokemon Go, and that's not asking much. Anyway, I move on. I digress.
How do you fuck up an anime, though, like in the graphics department? It's literally animated like you just have to copy it.
Right, but look at what Pokemon Go does not look like the anime.
No.
Pokemon Go looks like the video games that have existed and worked.
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't. Their animation scenes look fine. It look like the show.
But
like the gameplay doesn't to me. And I don't know. BDO, the game that I just talked about, Black Desert Online, is coming to PlayStation. And actually the custom console looks pretty sweet for it. Gears Pop is out on PC and mobile. If you can't wait to play Gears 5, you can play Gears in a Funko version. Oninaki, I think, comes out on PlayStation, PC, and Switch. And Telling Lies comes out on PC and mobile. Telling Lies made by the same people, I believe, that did Her Story.
Fantastic.
Hoorah. Shall we get into the way too much news to cover in one podcast, but we're going to do it anyway time?
Sure. Do you want to do Gamescom first or last?
Let's just fucking kick right off with it.
Okay. I'm going to hit you with the list.
Be ready, because this is going to be a long time. There's a lot of stuff that happened at Gamescom 2019 in Cologne, Germany.
Yes, there definitely is. If you want to talk about anything further other than the quick "this happened,"
well, I'll stop you. So I'll interrupt you just on a "this happened" thing. You know how I do.
Okay.
So anyway,
Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord marches to early access in 2020.
That's a thing.
Iron Harvest had a new trailer. Don't know what Iron Harvest is, so cool.
Hey, Iron Harvest fans, you got a new trailer.
Red Wings Aces of the Sky was revealed for consoles and PC.
Thank God that was called Aces of the Sky and not something else.
Red Wings. The Yakuza Remastered Collection was announced.
Wait a second, wouldn't you be like a fan of that? Aren't you kind of like
Not
a
really.
War Thunder?
Oh, you're talking about Ace
Combat 7?
I don't know what it is, so like,
okay.
I'm just like, I read it and I was like, it sounds like flying related. Cool.
I mean, if it's not flying, they kind of fucked up their marketing.
There was a new Watch Dogs Legion trailer that explains how you play as anyone.
Okay.
Disintegration got a full reveal at Gamescom.
Looked interesting.
It did.
One of those waiting to see more.
There was a whole slew of Death Stranding stuff. I think there was 3 trailers.
And if you're curious, Matt doesn't give a shit and is sick and tired of seeing it.
They talk a lot about
BB.
Norman Reedus's penis.
And urine.
Yes. Apparently,
and shaking babies.
Apparently, if you move the camera to try to see his penis, the character model will move to block you as you move. So it's,
I like that this is the hard-cutting news that we're going to get from Kojima.
And apparently Kojima said himself that if you're playing multiplayer and all the players pee in the same spot, something special will happen. And I'm assuming it has something to do with like there's like mushrooms or fungus or something that'll pop up.
What
so.
the fuck?
I don't know what this game is, Nate. I don't fucking know what this game is.
I'm still worried for the time when he comes out because he did already kind of say it where they're like, you're playing the game already. And now I'm like, if I go pee with 5 people in a circle in the worlds, does something happen? If we all pee on the same spot?
You turn gay. You're gay now.
Don't touch tips.
Yeah. I don't know. It's shit's whack.
Never cross the streams.
Planet Zoo early access beta is coming in September, late September. In the last 2 weeks.
Kind of intrigued about that, just in general, because I know what Planet Coaster was, and I was still kind of disappointed. But like, if you're a Zoo Tycoon fan, you haven't had one in a few years, so why not?
For shizzle. Borderlands 3 adds Circle of Slaughter, arenas, and proving grounds, and there was a new trailer as well. Little Nightmares 2 is coming out in 2020 for PC and consoles. Stadia is getting Cyberpunk 2077, Darksiders Genesis, and Uplay Plus, and more to its lineup.
Uplay I thought we knew about, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just announced the whole slew of shit that's coming out on it. The headliner was obviously Cyberpunk.
Right. Google Stadia.
Where was I? Just Dance 2020 song list got longer.
Oh, cool. You guys can still play that on your Wii, by the way. Have fun.
Need for Speed Heat had a gameplay video, gameplay trailer, whatever, showing the difference between night and day.
I'm happy they said they got rid of the card thing.
Yeah.
But
it looks like
that driving is heavy, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Yeah, and it's got that weird camera angle still.
Yeah,
too.
but I could deal with the weird camera angle if the driving wasn't so heavy. But because the driving's heavy, it makes that camera angle worse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it's straight up arcade now. Arcade racing. It's just
right,
straight
but it's
up.
still not it's like they're expecting me to be an arcade racing when I was using a Fast and Furious cabinet.
Yeah.
And you could just yank the wheel, and eventually the whole thing just kind of slides perfectly, and you just slam a fake clutch and shift really hard into a gear, except you're driving an automatic, so it doesn't do anything, but you just make the action anyway. Yeah.
Painting a picture for us.
You're welcome. That's what I do on this podcast, Matt. I paint beautiful pictures. Just
You're like fucking Gallagher with watermelons.
Oh, good thing. Good thing you meant that, Gallagher, because I thought you meant the other one. I got real fucking confused. I didn't want to know what
that was
meant.
an obscure reference, the watermelon thing.
Not if you know what Gallagher is.
I know, but who does anymore? You know what I mean?
If people don't, I mean, young people might, but young people don't listen to us.
They don't.
We're
I got called old.
We're not hip with the kids. Don't do this right now.
I got called old again the other day.
When did you get called old the first time?
A while ago.
Who was calling you old?
Someone that I work with, I was walking by, and he said, he was talking to someone else about something, and he said, Sirway is a fossil. And I said, what? And he said, you're a fossil. And I said, that's rude, and kept walking.
At the same time, I can both understand, and we would probably both be called fossils if I was still with you at the same time, because we're both over it. We're done.
Maybe, but I was just like, what the fuck? And Samantha said it's because I'm miserable. She's like, you're old and miserable. I'm like, everyone's miserable. All right? This world sucks.
Yeah, I say we just might be more miserable than some. And we don't hide our misery.
The only good news is one of the fucking Koch brothers died. All right? That's the only good news in this world.
Wait a second. So if he's a young kid, all he is depressed and suicidal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. How can miserable be a thing? I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. All right? Apparently I'm a fossil.
I'm coming into the store and we're talking to him. What are you doing tomorrow? I suddenly need to buy something.
It's ridiculous. Destiny 2's Season of the Undying begins in October.
You guys want to know what the Undying is? Every fucking enemy they've ever created.
Yeah. I read an article the other day about how, basically the whole article was the author saying that it's great and efficient that Bungie reuses assets for their and stuff.
You're right. It is great and efficient. If those are the two things you're describing it as, and you're saying it in the terms of for Bungie.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's not great and efficient for us.
Yeah, it
sucks. Also, are we real quick? Are we going to talk about Destiny later?
I don't think so.
Okay, so cross save is now live.
Yeah,
and if you had it on PC on Battle.net, it is time to move it to Steam.
Does that include the free version?
It will when it comes out, but you need.
I mean, like the free when they were giving Destiny out for free.
I believe so. I'm not positive as I purchased it, so I don't know. But you need to link your Steam account, and then you'll be ready to go October 1st when it comes out.
I will have to do that,
and I have done that. It required me to do some stuff that I forgot my Steam password, so that was on me. Otherwise, it was easy. I just didn't remember my Steam password at the time, so I had to go through that glorious recovery process. In case you're curious, have fun.
Lovely. Me. The
Robinsons.
No, it was just more of the freaking.
That's a reference. Nobody watched that movie.
Meet the Robinsons.
The animated.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing.
Oh, it was just the Death Stranding trailers, more of them.
Cool. Shake the fucking baby, man.
Kerbal Space Program 2.
Honestly, probably should have more hype around it.
It looks cool. Definitely looks cool.
Kerbal Space Program is a fun game. I don't care to play it, but it's a fun game to watch people play. Yeah. If you have content creators you like and stuff, because you could just do silly, stupid things and blow up on the platform and never actually take off.
Which is probably what would happen to me all the time.
Oh, I would just be reading guides because I'd have no idea.
Sega's Humankind is looking... that's a stupid way to say that. Sega's Humankind is coming out in 2020.
Oh.
Not that anyone.
Humankind. Which
it's like a Civ.
Oh yeah, that was the Civ looking one.
Yeah.
With giant
Civ
elephants
clone.
that confused me.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was really worried that they were just that big.
Streets of Rage 4. There was some shit about that. New characters.
There was a Streets
platforms.
of Rage 3?
Apparently.
Huh. Some nerd I am.
As Nate said earlier, Super Hot is out in the Switch.
Super hot. Super hot.
Space-Based Startopia is coming out on PC and consoles in 2020. I don't know what the that is.
Well, sure.
Siberia, The World Before is
God, they're still making
a thing.
I own 2 of them for free on Origin.
There was a couple of VR titles, Gollum and Groundhog Day. What the fuck? Gollum and Groundhog Day, like father, like son. That's the whole title. Groundhog Day, like father, like son.
Oh, God.
Got launch dates.
Kojima, why are you making a VR game?
Cat Quest 2 got a release date and trailer.
Yes, Cat Quest.
There was... the fuck? There was some Cyberpunk 2077 screenshots. I don't know why that's news.
I don't give a shit
anymore. 30 minutes of Astral Chain for Nintendo Switch.
Cool.
Proving Grounds on Borderlands 3's engine, which we talked about. THQ Nordic reboot of Comanche.
Why not? THQ Nordic, what else do you want to reboot, man? Just fucking keep going.
A new trailer for Shenmue 3.
Yeah, don't give a shit. Move on, please.
Empire of Sin got a trailer.
Omerta City of Gangsters. That's all I'm saying.
I think there's an expansion for Mud Runner coming out called Snow Runner, or it's another game. I don't know. Something about Snow Runner.
Give me those big tires. I go through the snow. I go through snow real good.
Have you seen the? Have
you seen the mud physics in Mud Runner?
No, but I was gonna say, have you seen the like the Swedish? I think they're Swedish or
the amphibious, like not amphibious, but the
snow trucks.
They're all terrain ones. There's ones they have that I think are Swedish that are meant for water, snow, mud. They don't give a shit. They just go. They look like APCs almost, but they're just super.
But the tires are like
they're
massive, and they're like a Toyota fucking Tacoma or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they look ridiculous.
But I'm saying there's ones that that same group has for basically anything. The true definition of all terrain.
Remothered Broken Porcelain was announced for PC and consoles.
Okay.
Zelda Link's Awakening had some gameplay.
Okay.
There's new games. There's games for the new Intellivision Amico console. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Who knows? $30 your coming target.
There was gameplay of Luigi's Mansion 3.
That's what we're here to see. My boy Luigi.
The Realm of Magic is coming to The Sims 4.
Oh, wow, we did not wait long to announce another expansion.
Trials Rising, Crash, and Sunburn expansion will be out in early September.
I like the name.
There's a first-person parkour game called Ghost Runner that's coming out on PS4 and Xbox One.
Mirror's Edge 3.
There was Port Royale 4. Trials of Cold Steel 3. Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. Mechanic. I don't know. It's something weird.
Mechanist?
No. It's like mechanist. Mechanicus.
Mechabanana.
Here, you can just look at it.
Let's see here. Mechanicus.
Thank you. You made it that way easier.
Hey, sorry.
I'm retarded. What?
There's a clip.
There was a One Punch Man trailer.
God, they're still making Warhammer 40K. I mean, they're never going to stop making Warhammer 40K shit, but jeez.
Apparently, there's some One Piece video game coming out.
One Piece or One Punch?
One Piece and One Punch.
Oh, okay.
Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign.
Okay.
And Ready Set Heroes launching on October 1st.
Oh, Ready Set Heroes, I think we've talked about before. I don't remember if it was the same name, but I think we've talked about that before. Interesting.
And I think that's everything. Oh, there was the Erica thing.
Yep.
The interactive thriller.
The live full motion video game from Paris Games Week 2017 that we haven't heard anything about until now.
Yeah, now it's out.
Now it's out. So.
And it's $10 hairs. Modern Warfare is having an open alpha this weekend.
Yep. For the 2v2 mode, I think specifically.
And I think that's everything. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So there's officially your 2019 Gamescom recap brought to you by Matthew Sirway in the article that he just read.
Yeah. Whatever the hell it was.
I don't want to tell you how far into this we are, so we're going to move right along to number 2. Vice is reporting that contractors working for Microsoft have listened to audio of Xbox users speaking in their homes in order to improve the console's voice command features. The audio was supposed to be captured following a voice command like Xbox or Hey Cortana, or if you're listening to this, shit. Oh god, if you don't have Cortana disabled to listen, sorry.
Rookie move.
But contractors said that recordings were sometimes triggered and recorded by mistake, as are all voice-activated devices. The news is the latest in a string of revelations that show contractors working on behalf of Microsoft listen to audio captured by several of its products. Vice previously reported that human contractors were listening to some Skype calls, as well as audio recorded by Cortana, Microsoft's virtual assistant. A Microsoft spokesperson told Vice, quote, "We stopped reviewing any voice content taken through Xbox for product improvement purposes a number of months ago, as we no longer felt it was necessary, and we have no plans to restart those reviews. We occasionally receive a low volume of voice recordings sent from one Xbox user to another when there are reports that a recording violated our terms of service and we need to investigate. This is done to keep the Xbox community safe and is clearly stated in our Xbox terms of service," end quote. And I paused because I almost interjected the quote with my own.
Listen, at this point, if you don't assume that people are listening to you when your device has a microphone on it,
you're stupid.
That is true. You are
That's
stupid.
just the easiest. That's the easiest way to address them.
Yep.
You are dumb. You are very dumb.
They're listening. They're always listening.
Everybody knows what you're saying.
All right.
But they can't do that, you'll scream. But you don't have enough money to sue them.
Yeah.
They'll laugh.
Who's going to stop them?
The government, they're getting benefits from it.
All right. Number 3, Sony has announced that it'll be acquiring Insomniac Games.
Big move.
The game development studio behind Ratchet & Clank series and most recently Marvel's Spider-Man for PS4.
Great game.
The news isn't totally surprising. Insomniac has long had a close relationship with Sony, developing PlayStation exclusive titles like Spyro the Dragon,
Remastered,
Resistance, and the aforementioned Ratchet & Clank and Spider-Man. So bringing Insomniac in-house as a first-party studio makes a lot of sense. That said, Insomniac has worked with other companies in recent years, notably in developing Sunset Overdrive, one of the Xbox.
This is
getting hand signals.
This is the brakes.
Is it because I'm screaming?
No, you're going fast.
Yeah, I'm trying to go by. We have no time. Quick.
We have all the time in the
cocaine.
We are not Tiny Build. This is not No Time to Explain. That is a reference that maybe 3 developers will get. Anyway.
All right, where was I? All right, Insomniac
Overdrive
has worked on Sunset Overdrive for Xbox One and Stormland, an open world VR title for Oculus. Insomniac has yet to announce its next major project, although with the massive success of Spider-Man last year, it's possible another PlayStation exclusive sequel could be it. Although obviously they're owned by PlayStation, so it damn well better be a PlayStation exclusive.
So I saw a tweet about this. I can't remember who tweeted it, but it is my favorite thing about this. We no longer have to explain what second party means.
Is there no more second party studios?
They're like one of the last ones to be second party. They're like one of the last ones.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of people got bought by Microsoft, and then they were like one of the last bastions of second party.
Isn't it kind of funny how circular everything is?
Life is a circle, Matthew.
It is, but it's
Life
just so like
finds a way.
We were positive that everything was going to go to like the indie style or like third party, Like, and now everyone, it's like Microsoft started like a buying frenzy.
Yes. So I think we're still kind of correct in the sense of big publishers, not big technology manufacturers. So, yes, we'll probably see similar things with Microsoft and Sony, and I mean, potentially Nintendo. But stuff like Activision and EA and stuff like that might still continue to happen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, like, 360 era.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, the future is in small developers or independent teams.
At the end of 360 and going into Xbox One, they had nothing. They lost everybody.
And then going into Xbox and seeing how that panned out, everyone's like, fuck, first party's where it's at because they have the money, they have, the platforms.
And then we saw another resurgence in third party things, and then Microsoft going like, give me your third party things.
Yeah.
I will buy you.
Yeah.
I will give you somewhat near AAA money for your single A title. You guys want to do things? Anyway, speaking of Sony may start bringing PlayStation exclusives to other platforms, therefore making them not fucking exclusive. End of discussion. In an interview with Bloomberg this week, Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios, God, that's a mouthful. Does it spell anything fun? Nope. All right. Worldwide Studios chairman Sean Layden suggested the company's stance we're getting to that point. I'm going to need a drink here. Sony, I think I still have mine. No, I don't. I lied. So Sony Interactive Worldwide Studios chairman Sean Layden suggested the company's stance toward its first-party titles may be changing. Quote, "We must support the PlayStation platform. That is non-negotiable," Layden said. That said, you will see in the future some titles coming out of my collection of studios which may need to lean into a wider installed base. End quote. Sean, we're getting a little heavy on the My Studios thing. Come on, bud.
I know, right? I read that and I was like, whoa, buddy. Pump the brakes.
I am PlayStation. You're not the Senate. The Bloomberg articles... Sorry, my tablet decided to fuck up there. The Bloomberg article's context suggests Layden was referring not to PlayStation games appearing on Nintendo or Microsoft consoles, but to PC versions of multiplayer titles designed with that platform in mind. And we have already seen some PlayStation exclusives make their way.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, stuff like that on the Epic Store.
It would make sense in the way that Sony doesn't really compete directly with anything on PC, so...
Nope, except for Microsoft if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
really trying to fight them,
if you're really trying to fight them, which, I mean, they're not. It's kind of a weird relationship because they're not really direct competitors outside of literally the consoles, and that's it.
They are similar to you and I in the way of like, but not really. It's more like if you were more competitive and didn't just like roll over when I got super competitive. That sounds bad, but you know what I mean.
That's
where
okay. Shots fired.
Not really. Where they're the two best friends that are like, "Yep, everything we're great." But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to kick his ass.
You just haven't gotten anything I care about yet. You got to get something I care about now.
But like it's the one-upping thing that we don't really do.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what I mean. Like they're both the best of friends, but the other one will be like, "Oh, but I did this." And they're like, "Well, I did this though," and then it just has to they keep each other in that competitive balance check. You and I do that, but it's not. We don't really.
It's not obnoxious.
Like I played the one-up game on you, but you don't play it back on me because you're not as filthy of a human. Except for when we're racing and then you're a complete fucking scumbag.
I mean, not recently. The last time.
No, because last time I kicked the shit out of you and you weren't ever near me.
I know.
But anytime you are near me, it's a fucking disaster and I can't ever race because you're like, oh, what if I just decided to use you as the wall?
Listen, it's worked well to train you. Now you just know to stay away. You're like, fuck you, I run away.
Yeah, except that when I tried doing that the last time we played Collision for whatever reason that you couldn't drive against the AI in Forza, that didn't make any sense to me. But when we did the last time, when it was in crew, and I'd still be ahead of you, and then you'd be like, that's right, I don't need a brake because I'm a position behind him, and I'll use him in the corner. Fucking T-bone, just right through me.
Disney news.
I will not let you get away with the crew. bastard. And I swear to God, if we play Need for Speed and it options a ghost mode so there's no collision, you bet your ass I'm turning it on. Then we'll see who the real winner is. Pure driving ability without the ability to just wreck me for no fucking reason.
Disney news.
Yeah, fuck you.
Disney has announced that the newest Marvel-themed addition to its theme parks, Avengers Campus, is the new.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. It's Avengers Campus. It'll be in.
Can I meet Tony Stark?
It'll be in Disney California and Disneyland Paris, beginning in 2020. Why doesn't anything come to Disney World anymore?
I don't know.
Sony Pictures and Walt Disney Studios have failed to come to terms over the future of Spider-Man movies. Deadline reports, leaving Marvel Studios and producer Kevin Feige. Is that how you say his name? I think it's Feige.
Yeah. That's how I would say it.
Out of Sony's upcoming Spider-Man slate. There's been a lot of back and forth on this. Deadline is saying it's down to money. Sony released a statement saying that Disney didn't want Kevin Feige to be the lead producer. I'm sure we'll hear more.
We're in the end game now.
We are in the end game now.
Marvel doesn't love Spider-Man 3000. What other dumb fucking punchline could I throw out about this?
Spoilers, bro. Damn.
There's no spoilers in either of those things.
She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, and Moon Knight are getting series on Disney+.
Let's discuss those three real quick. I want to go again. Give me one. I'll give an opinion. Go again.
She-Hulk.
Okay, so everybody should be able to figure out what that one is. Just saying. There's your series.
Miss Marvel.
So that is actually different than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Miss Marvel.
All I'm saying, like, don't think they're the same thing. Some people will. Some people that don't know better.
They're really...
It's not that far different, but they are different.
They're doing some weird shit.
They're doing the deep dive. Like, I can go downstairs and pull out She-Hulk and Miss Marvel Hero Clicks out of my cabinet. There's a game nobody plays.
Moon Knight.
The strangest stretch of all three of them.
They're doing like a lot of like...
But here's what I propose to you, Matt.
Okay.
Moon Knight will have...
Oh, jeez.
The best run of those three.
Okay.
We'll have maybe not best run. Maybe they all run one season. Mm-hmm. But it will be the critically acclaimed best of those three.
All right.
People will be like, man, you've never heard of Moon Knight? Well, let me fucking tell you how good this show was. Boom. Way better than Ewan McGregor.
It's not on the list, but apparently Phineas and Ferb is coming back as well.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
I don't know.
I had friends that I know that really liked Phineas and Ferb and stuff. But I just don't give a shit.
And then finally, Ewan McGregor is confirmed to be coming back for Obi-Wan as by Kathleen Kennedy, who is the commander-in-chief of the Star Wars franchise.
And there is rumored to be a Mandalorian trailer sometime.
I did see a poster for it. It looked pretty dope.
But
just sometime... I just want to see it.
And my favorite part is everybody's like, ooh, Mandalorian trailer. Yeah, Star Wars stuff. I'm like, how much do you actually know? Like, it's the internet, so I'm sure there's definitely the deep nerds that are well
how much you need to see, too? Just fucking watch it.
It's not Boba or Jango. Like,
yeah.
It's just a Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that expanded universe that doesn't exist? All right, number.
Maybe it's the Mandalore.
Maybe it's the Mandalorian because he murdered all the other ones. We'll really mix it up. Cantina, where Han is the only one to shoot.
He did shoot first.
He's the only one that shot.
Yes, exactly. He shot first.
I mean, in the correct cut, depending on if you want the recut or not. He's literally the only one to shoot.
Pew pew. No, well, technically,
isn't it in
Greedo,
the original cut, he doesn't shoot. He's the only one to shoot.
No, he shoots. Well, is Greedo still a person if he's dead? Because he shoots.
Is Greedo a person by his definition of race?
Han shoots, and then as Greedo's getting shot, so he technically shoots, but
yeah, but like anything.
The point is, Han Solo fucking murdered him,
and
which is a character-defining aspect.
And the only thing I wish happened that entire scene was that there was a record scratch on the Cantina band. Yeah, just that.
Yeah, that would.
And then they all just do that quick side eye, like, did he just really fucking shoot him? And then he just glances at the Cantina band and like,
And they just start playing again. Like,
what the hell just happened? Number 6, the rest of Mortal Kombat 11's first round of character DLC has been revealed in a trailer, and it includes series regular Sindel available on November 26th before getting a little weird. And here's where we get weird. Let's get weird. Let's get weird. The Terminator T-800 will be out on October 8th. The Joker will be available on January 28th. And Spawn will be out on March 17th. Apparently, there was a image, I don't know if it was real or not, but it was saying that the in-game advertisement for it showed Ash whatever from the Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell's character.
Oh, yeah?
But Bruce had confirmed a long time ago when rumors initially came out, he's like, that's not happening. And then when this announcement happened, he's not listed in it. So it must have been a potential thing, and then they were like, no, we're not doing that, and they just forgot to change the advertisement.
Yeah, I can
or
see
the
that.
entire picture was fake. I didn't do research because, the
Fuck
internet.
that. Who does research? That's stupid.
But, Joker. And Arnold is voicing Terminator.
Yeah, I did see that. That'll be pretty cool. Spawn's a cool character.
Yeah, I'm all about Joker. Because he was already, if you just wanted to play as Joker, you could have just played Injustice. That's all I'm saying.
It's like a... I saw it referred to as a dapper Joker. Like, it's like a weirdly good-looking Joker.
Oh, wee, Harley Quinn. Why is my dapper French? I don't know. I was doing this, by the way. I don't know if you got this. This was a water flower reference.
Oh, the acid flower thing?
Yeah. There's like a little squirt of it, and it's like. I'm getting, I'm character acting, method acting. I'm in the whole thing. I'm gonna go kill myself.
Oh, Jesus.
a little too soon, too late. He's been dead for long enough, right?
Sure.
I don't
even know how long it's been at this point. It's
10 years.
Wow. Okay.
10, somewhere between 8 and 10.
I am a fossil. NVIDIA has announced it will extend its existing GeForce Now cloud gaming service to Android phones. We don't have details yet, except that they won't. That you won't have to pay to try NVIDIA's service at first, like the current GeForce Now for Mac, PC, and NVIDIA's Shield. It'll be a beta as it starts out, obviously. And, NVIDIA says to use a gamepad with it. Will anyone use it? Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
11 years.
11 years.
2008.
Jesus Christ.
Did I look like a guy with a plan? I only wanted to play the NVIDIA tablet. Or WoW toy. Joker. The one thing I've never been able to do is Joker, and I've tried it like privately and never to ever have anybody hear it because I still haven't ever perfected it, is his laugh. Everybody has their own kind of Joker laugh, but there are certain distinct things I think you need to have a good Joker laugh.
Yeah.
And I just kind of can't get my voice to get there. Like, because he always gets into like that high kind of cackling pitch.
So did you see the Joker news with Joaquin Phoenix? The little tidbit about a Joker laugh?
No, and I have more Batman news for you. But continue with your story first.
I just read somewhere real quick. I didn't actually read the whole article. I just read like the short synopsis of it. But apparently he based his laugh on a like actual medical condition.
Oh, okay. Did you see that the voice actor for Batman from the animated series, whose name is I'm forgetting, is supposed to apparently reprise his role in some TV show like on the CW or something? For some like crossover thing that's supposed to happen.
Oh, it's Batman Beyond, I think, right?
That's the animated, but the
yeah, but
CW
I think
is supposed to have like a tie-in or something, and he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Why do I forget his voice? Or his name?
Think there's some Batman Beyond CW crossover happening.
Yeah, because people were saying that Hamill should go be the Joker because he's the Joker to Kevin Conroy's Batman.
Ah, okay.
Kevin Conroy is who I'm thinking of. Because he has that deep voice.
It's on the Flash, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a Flash crossover.
I was kind of dismayed at first because I don't. Have you ever tried to watch? Have you ever watched Flash?
No, actually, No, I haven't. Or I've watched some Green Arrow. I think I watched maybe 2 episodes of Flash or something, or a couple episodes of Flash. One of the guys that I used to work directly with would load up a tablet full of stuff because we were in a room that didn't get any internet. So we would just load up a tablet of videos and then we'd watch them while we were doing stuff.
So I watched a season and a half of Green Arrow. I've watched a couple episodes of The Flash, and like Arrow, whatever. The Flash is too comic booky. And like I just couldn't. It was just I was like, I can't do this. I can't watch this.
That's fair.
Oh well.
Have you ever?
We haven't even gone over the fucking news article yet.
I'm sure you've watched some Batman Beyond stuff.
Yeah.
So you've heard the good old Hamill and Conroy. Like those are 2 voices.
Yeah.
That are so.
I mean, well, Hamill's done Joker like
he's in Joker for
like a ton of shit.
And Conroy has too. Conroy is like the Batman voice.
Oh, he did. Okay. So he's done Batman the animated series, and then it was the same Batman in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is
with the classic. Like, see, everyone's like, "What is your Batmobile?" My Batmobile is the fucking animated series Batmobile,
which is Conroy's Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's not the fucking. I'm trying to open something so I don't miss anything, and I just keep opening the wrong document.
It's cool. We got time.
Nope, sorry, I'm good. I just need to remind me that we can't end without.
Okay.
This.
All right, the phone.
Because, questions and things that I normally don't read. That's what I had to check on. Number 8, our token WoW news. Blizzard is warning World of Warcraft Classic players that if enrollment holds as it is, one of its realms would face, quote, login queues in excess of 10,000 players. And possibly much higher than that. Now, the 10,000, I just like that. It's kind of a reference back to the Illidan trailer. I don't know if you remember the Burning Crusade trailer when it came out. But he was imprisoned for 10,000 years.
Yeah. Okay.
WoW Classic doesn't launch until August 27th, a week from Tuesday. But last week, oh shit, that's closer than I thought. But last week, Blizzard started opening up the game for character name reservations. Based on the activity they've seen, quote, the Herod realm is looking to be massively overpopulated. Community manager Kyvix wrote, end quote, and then he wrote that, yeah. They're urging players to switch realms. Stalag has been opened up for this reason, and realms in WoW Classic can accommodate far more players than their 2006 counterparts, such that a population estimate of medium in 2019, quote, already has more characters on it than even the most crowded realms did back in 2006, they wrote.
So why would everyone go for that realm? Is there a reason for that you know of? Or that you can
Some
recall?
people are, I don't know why they're all going there. Some people have, like, streamers are going to certain realms. I'm sure people are trying to piggyback onto their servers and stuff like that. But there would be, I don't know if there's a specific reason people are, but there's no such thing now where there's cross realm where you can all meet. That doesn't exist. So you're stuck on the realm you're on.
On the realm.
But they did an AMA on the either WoW Classic or WoW subreddit, the Classic team and stuff, and they answered questions about server stuff like that, and potentially that they would, if need be, come to a certain point, they could option certain players, like, we'll give you, I don't know, I'm speaking out of my ass because I don't remember the exact quote, so don't take me at literal, but they were saying, like, they could offer some players, like, hey, we'll do the server transfer for you to get to another server rather than you wait for 3 hours to get into this one. Like,
yeah.
Try to get people to spread out the love instead of trying to all just clog into one server, which, once again, I don't know why everybody wants to go to one server.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. If Todd was here, and he's probably answering it right now and messaging me on Discord about what the actual answer is, but I don't know.
Okay. Maybe we'll update it next week if we remember.
We won't. I don't care.
The last two, I'm gonna condense them into one thing because they're kind of just goofy stuff.
I don't have to say anything.
There's going to be a 4th installment of the Matrix series. I don't know if you saw that.
Good old Wachowskis.
It's going to have no, just one. And it's not a guy anymore.
That's why I didn't say brothers.
Neither
of them are guys anymore.
Are they both?
Yeah, they both went.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
Keanu Reeves.
One of them?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves is playing Neo still. Carrie-Anne Moss is coming back to play Trinity. And Lana Wachowski is doing it. And just her so far.
Oh, they're not going to bring... Huh. That's
so. The other thing is that the Uncharted movie that's been in development for the past 10 years...
I said it's been in development hell, technically.
Lost another director, and that would be number 5.
This is more cursed than anything EA Motive developed.
So Sony's and whoever is involved are still going through with it. Apparently Tom Holland's still attached to it. And I don't know if you remember...
First off, I like still attached to it as if he's been like really attached to it this whole time.
Yeah. The PlayStation Productions that we talked about a couple weeks ago, they have moved in and they're now a part of the producing team. So
sure, let's make it more convoluted.
So yeah, that's what's going on there.
Fun times. You said you're also going to combine the next one into it, though. So.
That was both.
Oh, that was both.
Yeah, there's movie stuff.
That's not both. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
you just flipped them.
Yeah, I did. Okay. I flipped them.
All right. Yeah.
That's it. Questions,
comments, philosophical statements. This one does come from the chosen one himself, Neo. And he writes, "What if all these devices, gaming systems..." Oh, this might be a little on the nose for some stuff here. All right, Neo. What if all these devices, gaming systems, IoT being Internet of Things, if you don't know the abbreviations, etc., have backdoors set up for China to cyber invade us? Sound like a book or a movie? Do I take the red pill or the blue pill?
There's several movies based on that at this point, I think.
Yep.
Do you remember the whole debacle with, was it, who was it? It was a major chip manufacturer. There was like a debacle saying that there was some manufacturer who was installing like chips that were hardwired to have backdoors in them.
Lenovo was caught doing things with China.
Yeah, and then,
I don't know about the chip manufacturer, but Lenovo was caught shipping like pre-builts with callbacks to China.
Yeah, and then people were accusing Apple of having similar situations going on with their manufacturing with Foxconn. Yeah. I think it's plausible. I think it's definitely plausible.
So what if they have backdoors set up to China? What if might not be the right question?
When?
Yeah. Or a mix of not necessarily even when, but I think it goes back again potentially to the uninformed person, where I'd like to think that Amazon, Google, and Apple and those guys are like, nah, fuck that. Like, we're not going back to China. They're going back to themselves all day, and probably our government, if we're being slightly tinfoiled hat. But to China is probably going to be the ones that people buy because they're cheaper and they're not paying attention. You know, Roku could fall into that gap, or some of the other random, like not Ubiquiti routers, but I mean Ubiquiti routers, and some other Huawei phones or whatever.
Huawei
phones that were banned, I think, at a certain point by certain carriers.
They're on another 90-day. So they were banned in the U.S., and then the U.S. government gave them a 90-day permit, essentially, and that expired yesterday, actually, and they gave them another 90-day permit. So
yeah, so they're one of the companies that's a giant flag of problems, but that's
alone, been a whole thing. I don't know if everyone's been following that, but that's been a whole thing because Huawei's leading the charge on 5G networks,
right?
And every country is basically resorting to Huawei for their 5G networks. And we're talking like whole communication infrastructures.
Yeah. And the problem right there is you don't need a backdoor.
You are the door.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I mean, Germany, I think, is going Huawei. The UK was going to, but the US was like, please don't. And now they're like kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah.
The US obviously isn't. I think Australia is, like, you know, everyone essentially.
Yeah, it's one of the yeah, it's. I'm not worried about it being a back door. I'm worried about people not realizing there's a front door. Huawei's one of them, and then
we're staring at the back door and they're walking in the front door. Yeah, what's happening?
It's Huawei's one, and then even with Spectrum, fucking all these other ISPs, where I'm more worried if one of them goes back. That's not just. It's the idea that you see now with, and I could go on to an entire cyber conversation right now, but I don't want to do that. But if you've heard of anything about ransomware and know at a just a minimal level what ransomware is, it's happening to governments now. So welcome to what's going to start happening if people aren't more careful. So it's not going to have to be the back door. You can be staring at that back door with a shotgun all day, but if you didn't do anything to the front door, well, the neighbor's going to tap you on the shoulder and then shoot you in the head.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes. I mean, honestly, it's already happening. I mean, look at all IP theft is huge in China. Like they
so you can actually see there are certain brands, and I did jokingly sell out. I'm wearing Fortinet socks, free convention things.
Yeah.
But you can actually see I believe they're called cyber threat awareness maps or something like that, and they are real time live data maps of a globe that you can spin around and see all the traffic and all the attacks going places. Mm-hmm. And like, yep, we logged this here, and watching some of those attacks is not like just seeing all of it. It's like, oh, that's great.
Most of the Chinese corporations that are coming out with new products, like we're talking the company that competes with Tesla in China, the company that competes with, like their products are essentially carbon copies of U.S. companies' products. Like, I mean, you'll see it a lot on the military side. Like, China is testing a jet that essentially looks almost identical to the F-22.
And it's the same thing you saw during the Cold War with Russia.
Exactly. It's
oh, hey, we made a new plane. Oh, hey, we made one that's totally different. That looks a lot like ours.
There was, China. What was the one that was recently I was reading about? China was having trouble with their some of their space rockets, and like a month after they started having issues, they had a new rocket out that had the exact same fin design. Like there's a certain issue that happens with rockets, and you need a certain type of fin for it to correct the issue. Mm-hmm. And their fin was literally a carbon copy of the SpaceX design.
Yeah. And I think we've talked about this with like Russian missiles and stuff from the World War II, like fall over when you had the Nazi scientists split up and go certain ways, and you're like, oh, weird that Russia's missiles look very similar to ours. Like,
yeah,
it's IP theft, meaning intellectual property theft, has always been rampant. Usually just fancierly called espionage or spying. It's just getting more sophisticated. And the problem will also be that once we start only staring at technology, we'll have to start going back to paper to try to be secure. And then immediately that will get cracked again.
Yeah.
It's a circle.
Circle of life.
Circle of security. And then the last question comes from Counter. And it says, did you know that tonight is the 117th episode?
No. John 117? Or was that yesterday? Was that last week?
That was last week.
So this is 118? And
last week was this is 117.
Oh, okay.
I thought you meant like a John 117 reference was last week or not. My bad.
No, I was just saying John 117.
Yeah, no, we're 117 episodes in.
Jesus Christ. When are we doing video?
135.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be a thought, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We've only said we were going to do it before E3 this year. We've already almost broken our New Year's resolution. Revolution? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, 117 and nobody listens to this shit. It's pretty funny.
Well,
I mean, I can specifically count on one hand the people I know that do.
So, it's therapeutic.
It is. It is what we've always enjoyed doing. It's what got us through working together. Not working. Well, not. Sorry, that sounds worse. It's not what got us through working together.
Wow, Nate, you're hating on me a lot tonight.
We work together completely fine. It's what got us through tolerating that shithole of an abysmal store.
Yes. Very true.
And now we just record it and let you guys listen to our rants. Because as far as I've been told, we're pretty entertaining.
Maybe.
At least when we get going. And there's nothing better. I wish you guys could see it. Video, it's a thing. But when Matt gets going and he gets real animated.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need the video to see the full. Because, like, voice, yeah. We're not going to become famous voices because we don't have, the quote-unquote radio voice.
Yeah, and I don't have a radio voice. And
we may have radio faces. Oh, we got radio
face. We got radio faces. I got a radio body. But the whole, I do voice. I do joke impressions while I'm here, Roadhog and dumb shit like that. But it's like, ooh, Joker. Oh, yeah, I got a plan. Like, hey, okay, that's not going to get me anywhere. That's just fun for me. And to creep people out, because when you do a Heath Ledger Joker, you're really got to lick your lips and stuff. It's a whole weird thing.
It's a whole thing.
But I can do it and really creep people out. And I've done it.
We need I think our body language is to a certain extent what makes it funny sometimes. So we'll have to look into that.
I'll pitch some ideas to you after this, because there's some things I've thought about going back a la 2006 to 10, a prime year for a certain group of people, and the way things might have been happening.
All right. Well, we'll do that.
And then we'll totally do that in sometime in the next few months. Just don't hold us to it. All right. Thank you. Bye. See you guys in 7 days. Bye.